Hi, welcome back to Moto41 as we continue the cosmetic makeover of the 71 CS3. If you haven't found the first two videos, then check out the channel. Follow along as we take this beaten up, crash damaged old bike and complete a partial restoration. Not every item has been touched to perfection, but we're going to make this a really nice, solid, clean looking runner rider using original parts wherever we can, and just taking the time to give it that extra bit of love it deserves. So here we go, enjoy. So we're rolling the dice a little bit on the engine. We're replacing the crank seals on the left and the right, which is what you can see going on here, replacing clutch plates, etc. We're not splitting the cases. The bike actually ran pretty well beforehand. It has good compression, no signs of leaking on a leak down test, but of course that can all change when you bring them back to life and start to run them. So a few yellow paint marks going on, which just helps remind me where I'm up to if I get distracted and the phone rings. We noticed that the little plastic drive gear for the tack is pretty burnt on the end, so we're actually replacing that with a new one which has just arrived. You can see the damage there where it's got too hot. Luckily we're able to find a new one. Here we're changing out a couple of the last JIS screws that we couldn't access earlier. And while we're under this side of the bike, we'll also be changing out the little rubber seal for the clutch push rod and also the shifter, both of which are really loose. We're leaking oil all over the engine, and you can see the central part of the seal is actually missing and just worn away. With the heads and the barrels off the bike, we've been decoking the pistons, we've vapor blasted those, and now it's just time to give the cylinder and the head some treatment to clean them up, get them back to original before we hone the bore, and also just check the head and barrel for true. Compression was really good with both of the original cylinders before teardown, so after cleaning up the pistons, and we're keeping the original rings for now. We've honed the bores, but we're going to put these now back and replace the cylinder and also the cylinder head using new gaskets, of course. With the engine now back together, we'll put this back into the frame and turn our attention to the gauges. I found a replacement speedo on eBay, and what we're doing here is just polishing up the stainless rims on the front of both of the gauges before we mask them off and give a nice coat of crackle finish paint to match the original finish. These will look really nice when they're done, and we've done just as Yamaha did back in the day. We've gone direct to bare metal. So the gauges look great, they just need their rubber rings to finish them, and we'll move on to the carbs, which we'll disassemble. We've already had the bike running with the carbs in the condition they are now, not perfectly clean but usable. We'll also remove that little dent carefully where the carb looks like it's been dropped at some point in the past. Here we go, all finished, ready for reassembly, and I'm always impressed with vapor blasting. As long as you're careful afterwards and make sure everything's perfectly clean, the results are just fantastic. Now you can see the original gauge that was the accident damaged speedo. We just need to switch the two gauges round. I think they're on the wrong side at the moment, sitting on the bracket, but they look awesome. Here's the engine back in the frame, starting to look really good. next we can turn our attention to the paint, which has just come back from the painter. Always exciting when the paint comes back from the painter, and I've got to say it looks really good. We were lucky that the replacement tank we bought had a really nice section underneath that had been hidden from the sun over the years. We polished it, got it back to pretty close to how it probably was back in 1971, and then we ran our colour match for the other panels from that one piece so that everything all locks in and looks good. And I'm sure you'll agree, I think it looks absolutely fabulous. We put the stripes back in the same place. We took measurements so that they went back into the same position as they were originally. And the only thing we need for the paint now is we need some decals and also the sight glass window for the oil tank. We've got our badges, and here you can see what a difference it is. This is the original damaged tank from the bike, so looking forward to put that on, and that'll be one of the last pieces to go on. So definitely my least favourite job of any restoration is wheels. The hubs have been vapor blasted, stripped, polished, and we've worked hard to try and get the brush marks back into the castings so it looks just like it did back in the day. Now we're just respoking, centering the hub. I normally start with the inner spokes. Everybody's got different ways, and there's lots of cool videos on YouTube on how to build wheels, but yeah, seems to work. So these are coming together nicely. Just carefully tighten up all of the nipples to get the wheels centered. Then I'll put them onto the bench and get them trued. And here they are. They look great. I can't believe the condition of the chrome from those original rims. We've actually not re-chromed. We did re-zinc the spokes, and the hubs do have a ceramic clear coat on the top just to protect the surface so it doesn't discolour. But yeah, really happy with those. They look as good as new, and once again, testament to Japanese chrome and probably the California weather, which has been very kind to them. So the tyres on the tyre machine will fit the tyres to the wheels, and can't wait to get these back on the frame. So with the tyres fitted to the wheels, we can turn our attention to the last few pieces of hardware that need to go on, like brake pedal, stand, etc. The wheels are back in the frame and starting to look really good. So as we press on with the CS3, we're making some good progress at last. Wheels are on and they look fantastic. Original chrome really cleaned up nicely. We started to put some of the tinware on. We put the headlight bucket with the ears done, the gauges. Still got to find a lens for our turn signal, but now we can go press on, get the engine casings on. We finally received the oil pump drive gear, which was damaged, so everything is ready to go. We've got a nice new gasket, so we'll get this cover on and start to finish up, see if we can get it to run. So with the right hand clutch cover on, we can now bleed the oil pump. Doesn't take too long. I'm a big fan of the Yamaha Autolube system. It's generally very reliable, and if calibrated properly, works really, really well. So if you've been patiently watching to see what it's going to look like when it's done, we're nearly there. We've only got one more cover to go on. Just put some new terminals on the turn signals and using the power probe just to make sure the grounds are good and it works. We've got some cleanup to do inside the headlamp bucket and just put on the reconnect the connections from the switches on the bars, the speedos, etc. to the main loom. And yeah, getting a little very close. Next seat, tank, last few pieces, and ready for a big reveal. So as we're finishing up the 71 CS3, one of the last jobs we just need to do before we finish up and we put the tank on, side panels, etc., is just to double check the ignition timing. The ignition timing on this bike runs at 1.8 mil before top dead center. So I've just been using a test light just to make sure everything is good and nothing has moved. Although I did this process to get the bike running initially because I had the stator and everything off, it's always good to just recheck your work. And I actually found on the left cylinder that I've already checked that it was actually 0.5 millimeter out. So I'm just going to turn the ignition on. I'm going to bring the cylinder round. The weights are pried open. I'm watching my dial gauge and I can see we're starting to come into the compression stroke. There. So we're currently 3.5 before 2.7. It goes quite quickly. Need quite a gentle touch. Here we go. 2, 1.9. 1.87, 85. So it looks like it's actually a little late. There. It's hard to tell, but it looks like it's about pretty close. It actually seems to be coming on almost bang on. I can't be that accurate. 1.82, 1.81, so that's perfectly good. So yeah, ignition timing set and we're good to go. Now we should be able to get the tank on, fire up. So with the last few items on now, like the seat, the tank badges, we're ready to show you the finished article. Put a bit of fresh fuel in, it's ready to go. Just balancing the carbs, just making sure that the slides open at the same time. And the last piece to go on is the reproduction boot. You can't get these from Yamaha anymore, so we found a really good reproduction one. So here we go. So that's it, it's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed the first two videos. If you didn't get a chance to see those, check out the Moto41 YouTube channel, like and subscribe, and we'll see you on our next project.